Welcome to developing your idea. So this is the stage at which you're thinking about how to use your experience in a way that helps others. This is really the first stage in the process where many of us will come up with an idea to do something for our community, and we need to turn it into something tangible, something that's useful and something that is sustainable. For you, this could be an idea for a business or a community group. It could be something for you to create or sell. It might just be, as is so often the case, that you see something that's missing, you see a gap, and you believe that you can help to fill that gap, to create a solution. It's about taking your experience and your skills alongside your challenges and your pain and turning them into a force for good. It's about putting out your hand and pulling someone across the bridge. The workbook and these videos are split into 6 stages, so you can access them in order or just as and when you want to answer some questions on that topic. So we're going to start with who. And the first question in this category is, who do you want to help? In business, we might talk about our customers. In the third sector, we usually refer to our beneficiaries or service users or participants. But before we worry about those terms, let's take a step back and ask, who is it exactly that we want to help? Perhaps it's a particular person or a group of people that you know. This could be within your local community, whether that's in your village, your town, or it could be a community of interest such as amateur musicians, nature enthusiasts, or a knitting group, people with something in common with each other. It's likely also that you have a lot in common with the people that you want to help. For example, when we talk about our ideal customer or client, it's very often a version of ourselves, perhaps a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, or experiencing something that we ourselves have been through. One way or another, it's likely that you'll feel some level of affinity with the people that you're trying to help. It's probably why you feel so compelled to do so. So, who are your people? What connects you to them? What do you have in common, and what are your differences? It's important to say that you don't necessarily need to be further along in your journey than the people that you're trying to help in order for you to help them. You don't have to, you're not expected to know all the answers. One of the examples I usually give is the idea of a mutual support group. These are very common in areas such as health and illness, addiction, and bereavement. Usually the person facilitating the group is in exactly the same position as those attending the group. They're not more knowledgeable or better, they don't have it all figured out, they haven't arrived somewhere and come back to tell everyone how it's done. They're simply a peer, a friend, a like-minded soul, someone who feels they have the capacity to lead a discussion. They're the same as you and you are the same as them. It's not about teachers and students, it's about people helping people. So start by answering these questions. Who do you want to help? How would they describe themselves? How does your experience align with theirs? What are they struggling with? What do they really want? How do you feel you can help them? What does paying it forward mean to you? When and where do you feel like you are with your tribe? Now the second question in the who category is, who do you need to help you? When you first get an idea that could really make a difference, you can feel invincible and overflowing with energy. Personally, I love that excitement of a brand new idea and a challenge to get stuck into. Inevitably, what happens not far down the line is that you hit some roadblocks. You stall, you get knocked back, you run out of energy, or you hit a blank in your own knowledge and skills. You can do a lot on your own. Individuals have started campaigns, petitions, movements, and international businesses. Depending on your personality and the way you like to work, you'll know whether you prefer to work alone or as part of a team. But even the most determined, independent change makers will at some point need a little help. If we use a small business as an example, someone may start out as a tradesperson, plumber, contractor, roofer, something like that. They can pick up the phone to inquiries. book in appointments, turn up and do the work, send out the invoices, do their bookkeeping, submit their taxes. As the business grows though, this becomes more difficult to manage. They may outsource their financial affairs to an accountant. They might employ someone to take the calls. They might pay for someone to create a website to take online bookings and do quotes. Eventually, they might need to expand the workforce so that it's not just them going out to do the jobs, but there are 2 or more tradespeople to spread out the work. So yes, you can do a lot on your own, but you don't have to. You can teach yourself how to do almost anything, but that doesn't mean it's not sometimes quicker or cheaper or less stressful to ask an expert to do it for you or to help you with it. Next, try these questions. Who may you need to call on as you develop your idea into something that creates an impact? Which of your own skills are best suited to implementing your idea? What do you see yourself doing on a day-to-day basis? Do you prefer to work alone, in a small team, or with a big group of people? Which tasks or areas of knowledge are you not as confident in? What might you need some help with? Who do you already know who may be able to offer some help? Which tasks, if outsourced, would give you the most time back? Now I'm going to leave you with an action challenge, which is to write or draw a profile of the person that you'd like to help, your ideal client or customer or beneficiary. Give them a name, include everything that you know about them. Write about their life, their joys, their challenges, and their ambitions. Then write or draw a profile of yourself. This time also include the name and the roles of the people that you need to help you on your mission. There's space to answer all of these questions and to do this challenge in the workbook, which you can either get a printed copy or you can print the PDF version, which is just below.